Good afternoon, good evening, whatever. Salutations, and it's Friday night. Um, I'm ready to hang out. So, first off, what's going on, Kat?
Uh, well,
Odin,
my
Odin,
co-host
Odin
just
left
ran
you too.
off. I had Midnighter earlier up here asleep on my scarves, and he bailed out as well. So all my guys are finding other stuff to do tonight, apparently. So Mark's going to be a little bit late. He had to go do something real quick. Oh, Odin's back. But
Oh yeah, old Odin's butthole.
move your butts. Anywho, so we are off the rails. I am back with my core family, and got a really fun topic from the great one himself.
We've
So,
got Dawn Moser in the chat.
what? Come back.
Hey,
Man,
Drew, what's going on up in your neck of the
Oh,
woods?
dude, I'm tell you what, man. I've been talking to you guys. I've been chewing your ear off for like a month now about this giant Marvel Legends 14 and a half inch Hulk, and we are giving that away tonight. I got it right here. We're gonna be giving this away live on the Comic Core tonight, and I got like
In box, y'all.
damn about 300 names to enter in this random.org list randomizer. I'm about halfway through, so if I'm missing from the conversation, I'm trying to get you guys a chance to win this Marvel Legends Hulk. If you guys want to come up with some trivia or something to ask the chat, we can maybe throw extra entries in. Just yell them at me and we'll figure it out.
Hey, Legend, can you take the reins for a second? Because I got to go run. I forgot to grab my books.
sure thing, man. Control C, Control V. Man, that's what Drew's going to be doing. So make sure y'all stay tuned because you're going to find out who's going to win this amazing Hulk figure, man. Drew, how long have you had that figure up for this contest?
It's been a little over a month, man. It was the 10th of November was when the contest started. So we're excited to finally get this thing out of my damn house.
Damn, dude. Those figures, dude. Marvel Legends. I know, Drew, you have a ton of them. Cat Ren, I'm sure you have some Marvel Legends somewhere. I mean, these are some of the most beautiful figures, fans, that you're ever going to see across the board in any toy, store. Man, they're fucking awesome, man. Things in there, Fantastic Four, but you're getting the big green Goliath himself. Drew, how many heads does that one have that you're going to be giving away?
Oh, this one comes with I'll take his head off there. Two heads.
Damn.
Yeah. Fist hands and open hands as well. Pretty
Dude, that's
cool.
so damn
Two heads,
awesome.
you get the closed mouth serious face, modern Hulk look, and then you get the Jack Kirby angry screaming Hulk right here. So you get the best of both worlds with this guy.
Dude, I love the Hulk every time he goes down to Ben Grimm when it's clobbering time. But man, the rhymes are kind of shitty tonight. So let's check out the chat. Where are we at? We got comics.
It's been better, but it's been worse.
I know, man. We got comics on the mind. He's saying, "Happy Friday, Comic Peeps." Yeah, I ain't Easter yet. I ain't cooking up none of those. And then we got Charles McLaughlin, man. Great to see you back, Charles, for some more fun on the Comic Core tonight.
That is synchronicity, Legend, because right now I'm typing Charles McLaughlin's name into the list here.
Oh,
yep.
Charles McLaughlin is in a three-way tie for the most entries at 37.
Dude, that's going to be a freaking close race. Once all those people go into the randomizer, you are going to want to see it to believe it. Drew, are you going to be doing that thing live when you do that thing?
I will be doing this thing live when I do this thing.
Dude, I cannot freaking wait. I'm gonna be watching just for that. We got a guy that's no slouch in the chat. You ever want to place a bet? You better call Tony Fett, man. Tony Fett, thank you so much for showing up tonight, watching some Comic Core off the freaking rails. And man, how y'all been doing this week?
Been doing good. It was a little kind of tired, but you know what, Legend? I think I got something that we need to do because he's not here, and he wanted to give his picks of the week.
Yeah, man.
And he gave us something to share.
A video.
Oh yes, he did, didn't he?
A heartfelt
So
video.
this is Carson's review.
If you guys think you got the most out of your Ultimate Alliance experience, think again. Because Xbox on Marketplace, they just released 8 new characters for the small price of, get this, just $10. Or 800 Microsoft points, whatever the hell they call them. But anyway, you haven't even broke the surface of this game right here yet. I mean, look at this game box. Spider-Man, Electra, Wolverine, Thor, Thing, Ghost Rider, Captain America, Iron Man. You'd think that'd be enough for your average gamer, but no, the gamers demanded more, and what they do, they gave them more. And just, I mean, look at these names. 8 characters. Not just like 2 or 3 characters like most companies would give you. Like Justice League Heroes, let's play as 2 characters at the same time. No, they give you 8 characters. You can play 4, whatever you want to do. You can like play X-Men Legends if you want to. They start off with Cyclops and Nightcrawler. You can teleport, optical blasts, whatever you want to do. And let's see, Hawkeye. You can play as the Avengers. You can have Hawkeye, Captain America, Iron Man. Oh man, you can just, it's like you can build whichever Marvel team you want in the existence of the entire Marvel universe. And the fourth hero, you won't even believe this, folks. The Hulk, the incredible, pissed off, mad, green Hulk. I mean, I've always wanted to play as him in this game. It's like, what if you play now you can play as the Hulk. His abilities are just insane, too. Like that is one where he's beats the chest.
Chug it down, Carson. Chug that down.
Yeah.
He just grabs villains and uses them as weapons. I mean, you can just do whatever you want as the Hulk. But that's not all. They don't just give you heroes. They give you villains. That's right. They have a villains pack as well. They have, let's see, you start off as the man himself, Sabretooth. Now, I mean, you don't have to play as just Wolverine anymore. You can play as Sabretooth. And let's see who else we got. Oh, the master of magnetism himself, Magneto. That's right, Magneto. So you can just go around and just throw balls of metal at people. I've always wanted to do that too. The last but not least, Dr. fucking Doom. The main bad guy of the entire game, Dr. Doom. Who would have thought? Imagine, like, any other game, like, why don't you play Super Mario Brothers as Bouncer? No, in this game right here, they give you Dr. fucking Doom, the most badass character in the entire Marvel universe. Folks, what they could do, I mean, they could offer just 4 guys at $10. I mean, that's just a great deal right there. I mean, Hulk, Doom, Sabretooth, and Cyclops, $10. I mean, they could have sold that easy. But what they did, they give you 8 characters. I mean, hell, the price of the Hulk alone was worth at least 400 Microsoft points. But no, for 800 small Microsoft points, they gave you 8 characters. 8 awesome characters that are pivotal in the Marvel universe. But yeah, I just want to thank Marvel for making such a great game. And Activision. You gotta love Activision. How Activision? What a great company.
Oh.
Carson, we want to thank you for making this.
Hulk smash!
Dude, that is
That's the best thing ever.
If I've ever seen one. Going back in time, reviewing the PlayStation 2 Marvel Ultimate Alliance's first big-time DLC pack. You get 8 characters. You get Magneto, Doctor Doom, Sabretooth, and Venom from the villain side.
Venom.
From the freaking heroes, you get the Hulk, Hawkeye, and I don't remember the other ones, but damn, dude, Carson, thank you so much. Carson was live via satellite from a back room somewhere at Sam's Club, Chad. Man, that was a great video, dude.
That's my favorite thing on the internet. Let me.
We
got Baby Yoda, and that's my favorite thing on the internet.
Let's check the chat real quick because, man, Chris Barrett was having one of those C. Woodard 19 Dare to Defy fangasms when he saw Carson on the big screen looking mean and green. Man, CB, Carson's with us in spirit. And, man, it sounds like you even noticed Carson had a spirit himself, that big 40-ouncer. We got 1-2 Comic Talk here. He's saying, greetings, community. 1-2 Comic Talk is here in the house. We got the Punisher Comic Man Andy, man. Great to see Comic Man Andy in the chat tonight as well. And man, we have got a story to tell because we have books and this panel's got the looks. I'm going to go with Chad. Chad, what was your pick of the week, man? Or hell, you might have multiple picks of the week.
I do, but I hold on.
He's going to get his picks of the week.
Oh, there he goes. There he
maybe,
goes, gang.
maybe he's getting some tissues to pick his nose. Oh, there we go. Whoa, hello. He's got the bag.
Okay, so I picked up.
Let's see you on the big screen because, dude, these fans really want to see that bag of books you got, brother.
All right, hold
Can't
on.
freaking wait.
Lucy Claire's Redemption.
Yeah, he did.
Dude, that looks
Number one.
great. Lucy Claire's Redemption, people.
Spider-Man 2099.
Nice book, dude.
Doom 2099. We
Victor.
also picked up Undiscovered Country #2.
Nice.
Joe Hill is this is Dying is Easy #1.
Joe Hill, classic. Love some good horror. Love some good crime.
Teen Titans Judas Contract.
Cat Ren knows something
What a
about
contract.
that.
Yes, I
Contract
do.
law.
Contract.
Supergirl.
Era. Yeah.
Oh, Supergirl's cool.
Hawkman.
Oh, Carson loves Hawkman.
Flash.
Yep.
Oh, Carson loves Flash.
Justice League Odyssey.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Don't you
The Immortal Hulk.
Ooh, there you go.
Wonder Twins.
All right, Cat. That's one to talk about right there. Wonder
That-
Twins.
Batman Curse of the White Knight.
be a good
Oh,
Good
I
book.
saw that cover. I saw
Yes.
that.
Batman Detective Comics.
Good book.
Good
Yep.
classic. You can't go wrong with DC Detective.
Doom Patrol.
Carson loves some Doom Patrol.
Carson loves a lot of things, and Doom Patrol is on that list.
Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Legend goodness.
I love that book.
Batman Outsiders.
Oh, Black Lightning
I
represents.
dropped it, man.
You don't like the Black Lightning?
No,
and I haven't read it. This is the guy that I trust a lot. He
Okay.
actually told me that this was his pick of the week.
Michael
'Cause it's-
Bendis?
Good story.
Nope.
Superman.
Nope.
The cover's nice, but the Bendis is
I wouldn't know.
I haven't
But-
read it.
Cold
but
turkey on the Bendis, my friend.
I'm over the Bendis.
But then I got
Oh.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Eastman cover.
That is the
Um,
only one. I did not pick that up this week.
That's a
Well,
nice cover.
'There'll
100.
be plenty of them
100.
hanging out.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
made a lot of
Yeah.
variants of that one, but I heard
Yeah.
some good stuff goes down in 100.
I'm
Stays-
not reading that book, so I think I can wait to come pick that up.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then it'll hit the dollar bin some point.
Dude,
Uh, hey,
sweet
just
book.
want to say, just a moment. Not only is Chris Barrett in the chat, but I'm doing this random.org list. We're giving away a Hulk tonight, guys, and Chris
Yeah.
Barrett is in the contest. Just want to
Oh
let
my
everybody
God.
know Chris Barrett's in the contest.
CB. Cat Ren, how about you? I know you love choosing a variety of books. What was some of the things you picked up, and do you have a pick of the week out of those books?
So I have not received my books yet for this week. However, I'm going to tell you, based on the cover, 100% they say you cannot judge a book by its cover unless it's some Art Germ and it is Starfire. So
yeah.
Art Germ's store exclusive,
Chad's best friend,
the-
Art Germ.
the
Yeah.
Dark Multiverse's Judas Contract
Oh
is
my goodness.
100% my pick of the week. I've got it coming in the mail right now. It is gorgeous. I do know a lot about the story that's coming out of the Dark Multiverse side of the Judas Contract. I mean, of course, I'm a Teen Titans fan. I'm a Starfire fan from way back. I'm definitely excited to read that. But my pick of the week that I got right in front of me is Dauntless on my Switch.
Woohoo!
Switchity
Okay, pick of the
switch.
week.
So, Dauntless is a brand new it's a brand new epic game that they just dropped. And basically you can design your warrior. You go out, you fight all these crazy monsters, you can craft all these different randomness, and it's a pretty open world, and I'm kind of in love with it. I've been playing it the last couple days, and it's pretty spectacular. And I did actually drop a video of it on my Instagram where you can hear Odin commenting in the background of how it was treat time, not dauntless time.
Damn, that is so
But
cool.
Gotta pay attention to the poocher.
I will tell you the art is gorgeous throughout, and yeah, pretty simple. So
I'm totally digging that your pick of the week was a video game, man. That I figured one of us dudes would be the first one to throw a pick of the week video game.
I didn't give my pick of the week. I just said these were what I was looking for.
Oh, I'm sorry, man. I thought your pick of the week was that kick-ass logo above your head by my main man, Bob World, representing with that holiday.
it is a
There
very
you go, Drew.
nice logo.
He had a little bit of that Seawood soul in him right there.
I got Bob did I got something for Bob, but no, my pick of the week was the new Star Wars trailer.
Oh wow! Okay.
It dropped today, and it was absolutely sick.
Was there a certain voice in there?
There were all the voices in there.
Oh man, was it like Randy Orton hearing voices in his head?
He actually says, "I'm all the voices in your head."
Yeah, old Kylo, man, he's feeling some shit, but he's gonna do an RKO on that girl when he gets her
Out of nowhere.
out of nowhere.
Mamma mia.
What about you, Ledge?
Man, for me, it's real short and sweet. I wanted to save Drew for last because I wanted all the kick-ass stuff Marvel's been doing. I know Marvel has some awesome stuff, and I did read one that was pretty damn awesome. Let me get my little picture up here. Chad, you already showed the book, but I'm going to show it too if I remember my iPad password because I have to lock out the kid. But it is the Fantastic Four, issue 17. It was a great freaking read. Still the same storyline. It is the Point of Origin issue or the fourth part of Point of Origin, where they take Marvel to, aka that's the rocket that originally was going up into space in November of 61 to go to another planet and explore a planet that was a breathable planet that they could live on. And man, it's phenomenal. I'm not going to give too much story away because I really don't want to give the story away on it, because I do want you to go out, get it, even if you don't pick up the physical copies, or Fantastic Four may not be your thing, even though it's the world's greatest comic magazine zine, still kind of a IN in there. But check it out. It's a great freaking read. Dan Slott's writing it. Dan Slott has been kicking ass, so much ass, on this whole new Fantastic Four run. So I'm very glad it's back under that Marvel umbrella, even though it never left. It just took a little dormant sleep like a Big Bear comics anyways. But my pick of the week, before the show, a lot of you know that pretty soon the Comic Core is going to be reviewing issues 1 through 6 of Crisis on Infinite Earths, the Marv Wolfman George Perez classic. I finished issue 4. It just keeps getting better and better and better. The Monitor knows what's going to happen before it happens. He's kind of like the Legend, thinking 5 seconds into the future. Harbinger finally offs the guy. Pariah's like screaming, like, oh, oh, oh. The damn pariah faces, which I do get kind of annoyed with. But I'm excited to reread Crisis on Infinite Earths. Me and Carson last night, we did the first 3 episodes of the CW's Crisis on Infinite Earths, Supergirl, Batwoman, and The Flash. We freaking loved it. All DC fans unite. Drew, we're getting Drew to get caught up on that show too, so we can talk about it before we all go over Crisis on Infinite Earths. And with Crisis on Infinite Earths, when we review this title, when we review the first 6 issues, we're going to wait till the Arrow and Legends of Tomorrow. Once that's totally finished in January, we're going to review the last 6. And the 5, man, the Friday night 5, plus Mark BKR, who will be serving us the drinks as we review the freaking ending of the Marv Wolfman George Perez saga. You're not going to want to miss it. And Drew, real quick before you show your books, are you going to sit in on the Crisis on Infinite Earths book reviews, man?
I would love to, Legend.
You've got
But
to.
I don't know if I'm going to be working when you guys do that or not.
True that. But
So, we'll see what happens.
we'll read it. We'll try to work it around everyone's schedule to where we can all review it together because, like I said, like Chad's, reiterated many thousand times, this ain't a club, this is a family. And it's like, if we don't...
It's like the Saw.
It's like oh my God, you caught on to that earlier. Yeah, the Saw. Well, the Saw's family. No, but the cool thing about the Comic Core and, little things when we talk about, we have our private chat for the Friday show, and, little things we talk about going back and forth when I talk to Chad, Carson, Drew, Kat, and Mark, I kind of get reminded of, the things I'm thankful for in life. And one of those things is spending time with all of you, my panel brothers and sister, that it's like the highlight of my week, because a lot of times the best thing about the Off the Rails show is you go throughout your week. Sometimes, most of the time, it's just a shitty week. You start Monday, you're trying to get to Friday because you see that freedom is almost there. And when you get off on Friday, you have a home right here on the Comic Core. And man, I look forward to this every week. We always chat in the chat during the week. And I just want to say, Chad, Drew, Kat, Mark, and Carson too. I love each and every one of you. And you make my day brighter because, I really need to get my lighter and fire it up because it's a blazer, because I can't think of anything that rhymes with 20. But anyways, gone too soon. I just love each and every one of you. And I'm
Well,
glad.
we love you, Legend. And before we jump over to Carson,
Damn.
giveaway, baby.
Well, shit, he's got to give away his picks of the week.
I know, but I want to shout out that chat real quick.
Yeah, check it out, check it out, Chad. Check out the chat.
What's going on in that chat, Chad?
We got Comic Man Andy's in there. Chris Barrett's still hanging with us. We got Comics on the Mind. 1-2 Comic Talk. We also have Samuel David. We have Mike O'Brien.
Good to see you, Mike.
And wait, Carson's
Mike's got himself a whole bunch of entries into this contest.
And Carson's number one fan, Fish Tropic.
Oh my God, Fish Tropics in here.
Because
Yeah.
we're streaming on Carson's channel too.
Yeah, we are.
God.
I get
All
that
right, well, don't
Seawood
forget.
love.
Charles McLaughlin and Bear Island, one of the greatest shows on earth. You can check those guys out every Wednesday night at 10 o'clock.
But don't worry, and you got to hold on to this guy. Or actually, this guy, Stay Puft, watch out when the Comic Core crosses the streams, because, man, that white filling will get everywhere. And plus, one of me and Drew's personal favorites, who we spent a lot of time with on the back porch in Baltimore, forevermore, gone too soon, Comics Misexplained, and also Drew's brother on Comicast. Drew, ain't that right?
Yeah, man. Over on the SNB network, you can find me and Comics Misexplained doing the Cantu Manchu review crew. Didn't do it this week. Had to work. That kind of stuff happens. I did read some good comics this week, guys, and I haven't done any reviews, and I'd like to talk about a couple.
All right.
Go for it, brother. I'm ready for
Are
him,
you
dude.
real right now? Ready?
Man, Annihilation,
Oh, yeah.
Scourge, Silver Surfer, great book.
Shout out to
Great
Galvin.
book.
He loves Silver Surfer.
Shout out to all of the Northern Rad fans out there. This Beta Ray Bill was also really good. I enjoyed it. I thought that the start to
nice
this
cover.
wasn't super impressive. There are connecting variants, not variants. The
Oh.
A covers all connect.
Dude, sweet.
Yeah, I got Detective here. This was good. Maintaining. Put that
Who's
over
writing
there.
Detective, Drew? Who's writing the Detective?
This is Tom Taylor filling in with
Nice.
with Blanco on the art.
I love Tom Taylor from Injustice. Make sure y'all read that, people.
This is the final issue of Volume 1 of Dr. Aphra.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
I've heard good things about that series.
this is really good, man. And I think it's a character that they can really use in the Star Wars kind of television universe eventually.
Hope so.
She's pretty solid. I like her as a character. White Knight. This was awesome. Hey, you guys want to see a little spoiler here? All the villains die. All the villains die. Two-Face, Clayface, anyone with a face, they all get cut to ribbons.
Damn.
It's awesome.
Turning
This
that
right
into a
here-
song now.
This is
Ooh.
the
Amanda
Poison Ivy
Connor.
side of the Amanda Connor. I got the Harley Quinn side of the Amanda Connor.
God,
and
so stunning.
I had dropped that book right after that. I was like, yeah, this is as good as it's going to get.
Y'all like Amanda Connor?
I'll
love
tell you
me
what,
some
man,
Amanda
it's
Connor.
really, really beautiful covers on these Harley Quinn Poison Ivies, but it's unreadable dreck.
it's not
Golden
unreadable.
Child, this was surprisingly really good.
Yeah.
If you liked DK3, you'll really enjoy this. Even if you didn't, you might enjoy it. The art in this book is fucking atrocious, but the story is really cool. Pick of the week, 4-way tie. Captain Marvel.
Ooh.
This is just continuing to impress. It's just really great art. Last time she killed Thor, this time she kills Iron Man. So yeah.
Damn.
And we get to know what is actually going on. She's kind of being have her strings pulled by Vox, who was the villain in Death of Inhumans. If you haven't seen that, fucking check that shit out. New Mutants #3, man. This X-Men stuff is killer. This is Glob and Armor, and they take these kids and they go to find Beak and save his dad from dementia or some shit. But it's a fill-in arc from Ed Brisson, and it's actually a lot of fun. Takes a totally different direction from the New Mutants and where they've been the first 2 issues. Bam. X-Force. Charles Xavier is back. He's alive, folks. Spoiler alert. Everything in this book is awesome.
Damn.
Fallen Angels. This is the one that you can kind of like take or leave, but the Kradansky art is really moody, and I enjoy it. He was doing Punisher for a while, and this is like the only X-23 that we're getting right now, and she's like one of my favorite mutants. So I'm gonna keep reading it. I would not recommend it if you're not into everything X-Men. This is kind of the one thing that you can drop, but it's pretty badass, so I enjoy it. In addition to that, I picked up some back issues.
I gotta see these. You got any
Just-
ASM 300s in there?
No, man, I'm picking up every.
Oh, look
Devil
at that one.
Dinosaur
Devil
number one.
Dinosaur.
I got one of these at CGC. This
First
had a $15
appearance of
price
Devil
tag on it.
Dinosaur, everyone.
I did not pay $15 for it, so I felt good about what I got out of it.
Is that in Mylar?
Yeah, of course it's a
Better
Mylar.
be
Come
in
on, Legend. Who
Mylar.
do you think I am?
Good man. Good man.
I got a couple other things over here. Let's see what-
God, I do love some good comics, man.
I picked these up on the cheap.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Good
yeah.
freaking
Good picks.
pick. Yeah.
That's a good
That's
pick.
gorgeous.
I got
love
this one as
Coffee.
well, which is one of my favorites, the homage to X-Men #1.
Of course, man.
That's
Show me
cool.
the Daredevil and Elektra where Elektra's poking the scythe through the mask.
Oh, I have that one in a box somewhere, but that's not the one I got. This is the one that I got.
Oh,
Yep.
Yeah,
dude.
that one I had to
All
have.
large right there.
And I'll tell you what, I shared this with you guys the other night, but this is Marvel
Ooh.
#1 of 6. This is the B cover, and I'm not sure if you can see that. That's the Transformers standing on the dead bodies of Superman, Batman, and Crypto. That is a
Oh, I
pretty
love
freaking
those.
cool cover.
I love when they step on like the
And this
the
was
rivals.
50 cents, so I was very happy to pick that up.
It was a nice cover.
Yeah,
That
and
was
I got a whole stack of Scotty Youngs here.
Nice.
Yeah,
I do love
nice.
Scotty
Stack
Young.
of babies.
Hey, big
Yeah,
shout out
new
to
X-Men
somebody.
there.
Somebody just showed up in the
All
chat.
right. It's kind of good that he's on here because I got a big announcement
Mhm.
that you guys, before we go into our topic,
I got
I-
that one.
Legend and I secretly picked a subscriber for subscriber of the month, and we're going to do something for him. And
That's true.
so I am going to give, let me get to everything here. All right. So if you guys
Hey,
have
hey
seen,
Chad, can I ask you a question?
yeah.
It's the first time we've done the subscriber of the month thing.
Yeah, well, it's not really a subscriber of the month.
Well,
It's-
and considering it's the last month of the year, can't we just call it right now subscriber of the year?
yeah, well, no, because
Yes.
I think we. I
subscribe to the year.
definitely.
yeah, no,
think-
no, you guys are all right.
I
That's
two
definitely
fair.
think we can.
I think we
second
can call it
that.
subscriber of the
Second
year.
that.
And I mean, no doubt, hands down,
Okay.
subscriber of the year.
Hands down, the guy that designs all of our logos, all of our intros, like this one.
The
This one.
star of
He's making them new every week. So what we have decided to do, and I'm going to throw this banner
I
up
trimmed
right
my
here.
beard for him.
Guys, this below is Bob World, and Bob World, I have the link to his YouTube channel. Go check him out. Sub him up if you haven't. We're going to do something cool, and we are now selling this month these shirts. Now, Bob has designed the majority of the shirts, and over on TeePublic, and I'll put the banner up here in a second, and you guys can go over. For this month, any of the Christmas shirts that are sold, all proceeds are going to go to Legend, and I are going to try to hunt down some holy grails for Bob World, and all proceeds of the shirts are going to go directly to Bob.
Oh yeah.
And I found out who his guys are too.
Good.
He likes
Fantastic Four, Shazam, Jonah Hex. Dark
he said
Shadows.
Spider-Man or the Hulk.
Are those guys? Those are good.
So
you, Bob.
he's got a couple entries. Maybe we'll be sending him one of these as well.
Mhm.
but I wanted to tell him thank you for everything he does. Sub up Bob. Here is the TeePublic banner. It's at the bottom of the screen. Anything that you guys click on and buy, we know what shirts get purchased. We don't get that much for them. Honestly, the margins are so low. I think we're getting 25 cents per t-shirt. So if you guys buy a t-shirt, put it towards that. We're going to match it. We're going to actually do some fundraisers too to try to hook this guy up.
You may have to put /user before the /Comic Corps, though.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they always get me on that. I don't know why they do that, but
I just wanted to say thank you.
and that didn't even work.
I wanted to say thank you to Bob. Where did he go?
Bob, are you here?
No, there he is. And then also in the chat, we've got Matt Dotsko. We also got the lurkers themselves. It's John's Comics with Kids. Chris Barrett is still hanging around. Comics on the Mind is staying tough. All
There we
these
go.
guys are looking to did you fix it? Oh, you put it in the thing.
Yeah, I'm going
All
to put it in the chat.
But yeah, just community came together for some great causes. If we get a chance, let's come together for Bob. Bob is a super fantastic guy, and we love him.
We do, man. Bob World is one of the most generous guys you're ever going to meet in the YouTube comic book community. He's so filled with love and passion for comics and pop culture. He has a ton of history. He knows a lot about all the books, a lot about all the shows, the things that he was passionate about that he grew up with is a lot of the same stuff you grew up with. So make sure you subscribe to Bob World, check him out, see what he's all about, send him some messages, follow him on Twitter, follow him everywhere, man. He's a great dude. And in the chat just right now, I got the link up. For about 4 more hours, the Comic Core shirts are going to be on sale. And if you take a look at the 2 Christmas ones, those shirts are going to be going 100% proceeds to Bob World. So the Comic Core Grinch t-shirt in green and that Comic Core Holiday by Bob's World, those are the books, or not the books, but the shirts we're going to be using to put some money towards a sweet-ass book for our brother from the Comic Core, Bob World. So, Bob World, again, we love you so much, brother. I think about you daily. I pray for you. And, I don't want to get emotional on here right now. I got to maybe drink some more. But we love you, dude. So thank you so much for everything you've done for us and the rest of the community through your passion and positivity for this whole pop culture thing, man.
And Chris Barrett just signed you up. Now you got a fan for life because Chris. It came down to you or Chris Barrett, but Bob, you designed more than Chris, and Chris hasn't put a video up yet. We're gonna have him on here. Oh, and then we got a couple other cool things that are coming up. I think next week we are going to be starting our hybrid game show that the Friday Night Crew will be hosting. along with Discovery Bay and JD, and it's going to last a couple weeks. And there's going to be the ultimate winner. And if you want to get involved in it, we'll make the announcement. We'll put a video out, and then you and a teammate get to play for a grand prize. So, am I getting? Is that it? That's all I'm allowed to talk.
I don't know. That sounded like just some
right.
kind of random beeper.
What is that? Is
It's
that
my
more?
phone. It's my
Oh.
phone. Don't worry about it.
All right, Ledge. It's all yours.
All
bro.
right. You know what? We had each week we try to come out with a really cool topic that we can discuss about on the panel, and also we want to hear your thoughts on the topic as well in the chat room. And the big topic is, if you look at what's going on, basically it's this: does the movies, do the TV shows, do the websites that have comic and pop culture news, or maybe even other YouTubers, does the YouTuber channels or any of these different ways of media, do they influence the way that you collect comics? Do they, maybe give you some hints on some cool books to buy or cool books to check out because you've either seen a movie or a TV show about the character, or maybe you've read about a kick-ass story arc that Marvel's bringing out? Does that help your decision making in what comic books to purchase? Or do you watch other YouTube channels? A lot of the YouTube channels, they have top 10 lists of things they think that are going to be speculation books, maybe that could, earn you some money as well as, give you reading entertainment. Or how about just the simple, you see someone have an awesome book and then you get a little bit of that jealousy from, the man down below. Does that make you want to buy that certain book? Or, and me and Kat's favorite, God bless you, Tom, wherever you are out there, Hippies Collectibles, or do you just simply collect what you like and love what you collect? So I want to ask Chad, because Chad, for a long time, you had a lot of books that were damaged, but I know you're primarily a reader first,
Yeah.
before the actual collecting, and because for the longest time you weren't even bagging and boarding your comics. How do you feel?
I still don't bag and board. You know what? I've always read a lot of books, and to the first question about like the movies and that, if the movie is coming out, I may feel a little nostalgic and go back and read the story again. Or I'll buy the trade, I did that. I literally found like 3 different Watchmen trades that I have. And because I'm watching the show. But then today I was talking to Chuck Loto Comics, and I totally forgot that Lock and Key is coming back out. So I went back and I pulled all my trades and I started reading those again of that book. Right now, I'm looking. I'm kind of over the superhero stuff, and I was talking to Alec about this from Whitewell. And right now, I'm just kind of bored with the superhero, and I'm trying to find something that reminds me of like Why the Last Man or something to that degree. So I'm looking for the next big non-superhero book. So really, Infinite Crisis, because of Crisis on that. I've been going back and reading these old issues because, again, it's nostalgia. And the one thing that I'm doing now is some books that nobody else would want. I'm trying to collect runs of like books that I enjoyed back in the day, like Superboy, Crisis.
Crisis, man, it's great stuff.
I finished the Superboy. Carson and I were talking, and I'm going to do the Jim Lee run on X-Men now and try to get all that. So that's what kind of I'm working on right now.
Dude, those are 2 awesome books, because you talk about nostalgia, being a comic book collector who started, as you were a little kid, but when the 90s boom happened, one of the coolest things to see was that main man, Jim freaking Lee, and doing his thing, 4 covers plus the Fifth Gate full cover. Great series, great art. And man, it reminds you of that cool cartoon that came out. Now, real quick before we get to Drew Manchu, baby. You know, we do have Mark and his good friend. They're eating at one of the damn restaurants. Hopefully he's get some fast food. Friend of Mark, man, great to see you.
Is that
You
your
look
brother?
awesome, man?
Cat, you're muted.
Yeah, cat's on mute.
Is that
That's
your brother?
my brother.
Dude, we're
It's
so
Bro
happy
Ren
you're here, man.
figures.
Bro Ren figures. Dude, we're so happy to
Big
see
bro
you.
figures.
I mean, one thing that Cat Wren always rants and raves about is when your little daughter gets to hang out with her, man. She
Well-
adores that little kiddo, and she loves hanging out and buying her a lot of stuff and
I don't
putting
know
a
what
lot of
this is.
sugar. Yeah,
I
they,
don't- All right.
they're
all
out at
the
a bar.
sugar.
It's very loud there, apparently.
yeah, we got to go too soon on him.
Got Lala Schultze in the chat.
Lala, I sent
Oh
out
yeah,
your,
Lala.
I sent out her prize last week.
Man, great to see Lala. Great to see John's Comics with Kids. And who was it? Was it Perry? They were going back and forth, having a great time. Always fun to see those guys. Drew Manchu, with all the things you see, you know, in today's times, it's kind of like John Carpenter's movie, They Live. You know, you can put the shades on and you can get sucked into so many different things, whether you see it on TV, magazines, internet, other videos. Does any of that stuff, you know, convince you? Is these some books I need to buy, read, or collect?
See, I collect a little bit differently than a lot of people I see online. I'm a lot like Chad, except for I take care of my books. I read just about everything that I buy. My pull list is based around story. I will cover buy. You know, I might look this up and read the whole deal, but I bought this because of the cover. You know, I bought Supergirl this week. I'm not going to read that shit. I bought Harley and Ivy this week. I'm not going to read that either. But I very rarely will do that unless it's a variant or an artist that I collect.
Like Amanda Connor, you showed
Amanda
her.
Connor. I collect Amanda Connor covers, so I will pick that up. I'm not going to go out of my way to buy an Art Germ cover just because it's an Art Germ cover. He's not really an artist that I collect. I was collecting his run on Supergirl because Supergirl covers are something that I do collect. So it's from here or there. But the community does influence me on books that I might find interesting. If I read a book based off of a review that, you know, somebody I seen do a review on YouTube, that's influence in a way. I read a lot of books because Kat recommends them. I read a lot of books because John's Comics with Kids recommends them. I read a lot of books because White Whale Comics recommends them. There are a lot of people in the community who have recommended books that I like, and I will continue to read books based on their recommendation. Whether or not we agree on the latest Cape and Cal stories that are coming out, or whether or not Tom King is any good or Doomsday Clock has any merit, I mean, if somebody suggests a story arc to me, I'm going to at least give it an issue and see what I think about it. So I really need to stop accumulating stuff. I kind of go when I dig through quarter boxes and 50-cent boxes, just get a bunch of shit that I don't need. But that's just kind of the way I am. And everything's got to be in shiny Mylar. So I mean, I'm like Chad, except for I take care of my stuff. And I got a great LCS that puts great stuff on the wall, and he puts it in an affordable range for me to pick up. So sometimes I'll pick up some minor keys here and there. But you know, I'm not too pressed about anything, to be honest. I don't have a big list. I got one Grail book. It's GSX. It's not going to happen unless I make it happen. You know, so beyond that, you know, I'm here to read books and catch what's new and what's coming out. And some of that you can do digitally, but for the most part, I like having a physical comic book in my hand. My read list has shrunk in the last year, but everything that I'm buying, I'm reading for the most part, except for specific artist cover buys.
And, you know, I think a lot of collectors out there, they're the exact same way. You know, they'll see what other people are reading. Like I read some Kingdom Come because Comic Cat 84 had two phenomenal videos on his channel. One that reviewed the big deluxe edition and one that reviewed the story that I'd never read before. And I was so enamored. I was just like, oh my God, Alex Ross. And then it took my brother Chad to remind me that it was Mark Waid that wrote it, who Mark Waid, of course, is a big fan of the Comic-Core. So they're, fans, if you're watching and just listening to Drew right there, he does a little bit of everything. And man, all of those things he does, he thoroughly enjoys. And another gal that really enjoys her toys and her comics is Cat Wren Figures. Cat Wren, what are your thoughts on the subject?
All right, so we all know my big philosophy. Legend and I, we're both akin to this, and that is buy what you love, buy what you like, collect what you love, love your collection. And for me, while yes, I'll see a certain haul or this or that, and it might be like, oh, maybe I should look out for that. That might pique my interest. Like, for example, I watch A Poor Man's Comics. I watch all of his hauls. And he has some spectacular books that he shows off. And I watch him and other channels like Spidey Fan because I'm like, oh, well, I want to know more about certain artists, or I want to know a bit more about some of the comics that happened a bit before my time. And I love their collections, and I love, knowing a bit more about that. But my collection as a whole, my pull list, these are several characters that I love. We all know I'm a Starfire girl, so if there's Starfire in a title, that's gonna get added to my cart. I'm a Titans girl. I love a lot of the Bat family. I'm a DC girl by heart. But I will tell you, the last several years, I've fallen in love with my indies. So I Hate Fairyland, still one of my favorite books of all time, easily in the top 10 books I've ever read as far as comics go.
Great ending, too. Did you read the ending?
Yes.
Oh, man, so great.
Like, for me, it's my heart. Other books that I really fell in love with was like Orkstein. Who the hell's talking about Orkstein?
Oh, I love Orkstein.
James Stowe. I fell in love with his artwork after reading Orkstein. And whenever I see that he does a cover or he's doing a book, I need to add that to my cart because I know it's going to be spectacular. At the very least, it's going to be amazing to look at. I know he did Aliens Dead Orbit. I think it was like a year or two ago, and that was a lot of fun. And who would have thought I would have ever actually picked up an Aliens book? But I thoroughly enjoyed it because it was his take on aliens. But I mean, let's be honest. I'm collecting for me, and when it comes straight down to it, when you're buying comics, it doesn't matter if you're putting a lot of money into it or if you're putting $2.99 into it. I mean, at the very end of it, this could either end up being your holy grail or a very expensive piece of paper, depending on what it is. And I actually went out and I got all of the Turtles covers for this because I loves me my Mighty Morphin and I loves me my Turtles. And I thought these were spectacular.
Those covers are so freaking beautiful.
They're brand new. Like other things that I just pulled out to show off was a while back in 2016, DC teamed up with Looney Tunes in order to come out with these variant covers. Starfire with Pepe Le Pew. That's kind of awesome. Black Canary teaming up with Foghorn Leghorn and the rest. That's kind of freaking awesome. I mean, we all know I love some George Perez. So Rose, a pretty fun read in its own right, but a George Perez Rose cover.
That's cool.
Or from the New 52 Nightwing, got some Robot Chicken action there.
Oh yeah, those are fun variants. Yeah,
I loved the Robot Chicken covers when those were coming out. But like, I mean, one of my favorite books that's still coming out that I will constantly talk about how great I think this book is. I love this book. I need more of this book in my life. The biggest disappointment about this book for me is its release date. minutes
Yeah.
because it takes so damn long. But that's Snot Girl. Whenever Snot Girl comes out, I have all of the number ones all at a CGC 9.8 because I love this book so much. This is the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive that was released. There's only like 500 of these, but this is one of my babies in my collection. And it's just like, I love my books. And when it comes straight down to it, it doesn't matter if I have a lot of money invested in a book or if I have 50 cents or 25 cents invested in a book, because we all do love going through those quarter bins. But if I'm grabbing something just because like this is the hot book, this is this is that, well, it's not going to be a hot book later on, or it could just be a waste of money later on. I could just end up with a bunch of long boxes that I don't care about. And for me, I like having something that I can be proud of when I look at, something that catches my eye and my attention. So, man, a lot of the artists that I truly love, I do love my Art Germ. I think he does some gorgeous female figures throughout his covers. I do love my David Finch. I know I already mentioned it, but George Perez, Scotty Young does some fantastic work, you know, and the list goes on from there. But it's what I love, and it's what I'm drawn to. As far as what's going on in pop culture, if that kind of gets me into getting this book or that book, it may interest me in checking out something, but I'm less likely to break the bank on getting like a boys number one. And like Chad said, I'm more likely to just get like a trade or something and to check it out. I love the Pro, and I'm still waiting for that to happen. I doubt it will.
What? There's no way they're making that into a movie.
I know they're not.
Sorry, Margot Robbie. Let's do it.
I mean,
Pro.
I'm okay with that, but shit. Can I ask you guys a question? And
No.
All right.
Yes,
So
you can ask.
I mean,
you can ask the
yes.
question,
Yes.
ask
I'm sorry.
away.
Yes.
I was talking to Disco After Dark the other night. I mean, Discovery Bay, and we were talking about stuff, and it was a conversation that we had with Carson a couple days before.
Who's Carson?
Carson Shark.
You mean
Wait,
see
can we
with
get a-
19? He doing that kayfabe
I haven't
name.
seen him in so long. Can we get a refresher
Oh yeah, hold on.
on who
one second.
Carson is?
Hold on. This is Carson. If you guys haven't, I just want to rewind it a little bit. Here we go. For everybody in the chat, this is Carson. Why isn't it not popping up? There we go.
Let's see it.
I'd like to thank Marvel and thank you for watching this review. And until next time, Hulk Smash!
He's green.
Dude, I freaking love that freaking clip, man. Carson is one of the best. You know, before we get any further, man, let's check the chat. We got some new additions to the chat. We got Rebel Comics and Gaming here. Rebel Comics Gaming, Carson. Rebel Comics is one of Carson's favorite fans, number one fan all around. We got the guy, the Prince from New Zealand is here, the Uncanny Kyle Walker.
Legend. Speaking of the Prince of New Zealand, he inspires me to pick up Silver Age X-Men. I was not
Yeah,
hunting
he does.
before, but Kyle Walker, damn you, Kyle Walker, you got me hunting Silver Age X-Men.
Amen to that. Kyle has been killing it on his Silver Age X-Men collection, and no doubt one day he will have all of the Silver Age X-Men. Thunderhouse Design, man. He says he thought Showtime was trying to develop the Pro for a while, which they very well may be. You know, sometimes they just got to get that green light, and I'm not talking about the green light out of Freeland, because Black Lightning's trying to shut down that drug cartel. The Comic Book G-Spot, what is going on? Man, it's good to see Robert Galvin up in here as Cat Wrench shows the beautiful 5'5" Wonder Woman Blue Label. Matt Dotsko, man, he says George Perez is amazing, and that he is.
Yes.
Big shout out to Brandon Stowinski, man. He says he loves the Spider-Man life story. Of course, 1-2 Comic Talk says that Comics Mind Check out pretty violent. Razzie Lee is in the house. So many good people are stopping by. I'm going to go ahead and give my thoughts real quick on this topic, because.
Well, I didn't get to ask my question.
Oh, what was your question?
Remember, I said you couldn't ask it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
No,
but I
Carson-
said you could, and I outvote you.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
it's true.
Carson and I were talking about this, and then I started talking to Discovery Bay, and like when you guys go shopping and stuff, you always want to go for the get the good buy, right? I would like to see the community come together and try to do that. Help each other out. Try to find the least expensive, because Carson and I see people paying an exuberant amount for books and we actually think it's a regional thing, because
It is. It definitely is.
Because West Coast, I was talking to John about this, or no, Discovery Bay, and he said that he bought a certain book for this amount. I'm like, And Carson and I had been talking about it the night before, and he found it for 75 cents, and probably the same grade. So, like, I know over here on the East Coast, in my area alone, I'm within 20 miles of 17 shops. I think next year it would be kind of cool if the community as a group comes together and starts, hey, I know you're looking for this book. I can get it for you at this price. And you said you were going to pay it. You know what I mean? Like, let's, as a group, it would be pretty cool to see if we could come together and do that.
And that's an excellent idea, because Chad and Carson has already been talking about that. Comic-Core has a Comic-Core group page on Facebook. So when you get on that group page, all you got to do first, like the page, join the page, become a part of that Comic-Core Facebook community, and put down the books you like. There's been times where Kat Wren has been looking for the Iron Man classic cover, Demon in a Bottle, and she'll ask, hey, is this one coming up for auction on any of the auctions? And then people could reply saying, yeah, we got this for auction. Or maybe that person is willing to make a deal right then, right now on that Comic-Core Facebook page. Again, Carson finds the best deals. I think he found this book here signed by Bernie Wrightson one time. He found it for 70 cents. The 7.0, he found it for 70 cents. And I'm not going to tell you what I paid, because I may have overpaid for it. But like Kat said, if it's a book I like, it's a book I love. And, that's the answers I always get from heaven above. But I'm going to go down the line and get into my time, because I've got some great answers for all of you folks that are the things that I kind of look out for when I'm growing my own collection. I've been doing comic books for quite a while, maybe not as long as some of the other people on the panel. I think everyone on this panel has probably collected longer than me, because I've done it sporadically. And you only get those kind of wild rhymes here on the Comic-Core. That's what it's all about forevermore. Quote the Raven and Edgar Allan Poe. He's always got a good rhyme. And let's get on with the show. So here we go. What I do is, you look at the movies, you look at the TV. I'm a big Back to the Future fan. I love the Back to the Future movies. So when I found out IDW was doing a Back to the Future series that was going to be helmed a little bit by Bob Gale, one of the writers for that movie, I was freaking on board, and it did not disappoint, man. It was so hot. It was so cool. I wanted to smoke a But what I'm trying to say is, collect what you like, love what you collect, and don't go out there and break a neck trying to get all these books that you see other people do. You see a lot of people will win books in mystery boxes and things of that nature. I think it was RGC or RCG3. He had
Chad RCG.
Chad RCG. He had just won him a torpedo, some kind of torpedo box, mystery box. And I wasn't subscribed to him, but I found out from a lot of the comic book community members who kept name dropping his name, because they said, yeah, he just got an Amazing Fantasy 15. He just got this, he got that. But you know what? Each and every one of you can also get an Amazing Fantasy 15. Will it be a True Believers or facsimile? Most likely, but you can have that same book at a cheaper price. So just because it may not be the name brand sneakers, go for the New Balance at Costco, man. You're going to save so much more money than trying to spend your credit cards on a holy grail like that. Me personally, I'm like Kat. I love to look at the books that talk to me, whether that be a kick-ass Art Germ variant. Of course, Art Germ variant, it has to be one of my favorite characters like Fantastic Four or something like that. Or,
Starfire.
She's cool. She's awesome. Or, like the classic stories with Jonah Hex, Dark Shadows, by Gold Key and all that stuff. Just things that speak to me. Same goes with slabs. I'm not going to get every slab that is coming out based off the hottest movies or anything like that. But if it's some Ted Kord or Booster Gold or, The Question or Jonah Hex, yeah, I'm going to try to collect their first appearances. So always keep that in mind. A lot of times when people, they don't do it so much anymore because I do less and less comic book videos on my channel, but they used to ask me, Legend, I'm just getting back into comic book collecting. What kind of books should I be looking for? What kind of characters should I be looking for? And I tell them, man, you got to look in the mirror and answer that question for yourself, because I can't answer those questions. A lot of people in the comic book community will answer those questions. They're going to tell you the books that are going to be possibly worth the most money, but my collecting style is not all about the money. It's about the things that I can retain through the mind and through the brain. When I read the books, they talk to me, and man, I talk right back to them because I'll buy a lot more of them if they influence me in a certain way. So never be afraid to, take the plunge into a different part of the sea, because you may never know what comic book is going to speak to you or what comic book is going to speak to me. So it's kind of like a little Legends Truth, actually. And I want to thank y'all so much for answering those questions on this panel, because there's really no right answer. There's really no wrong answer. It's just whatever speaks to you. I used to tell my buddy Hulk Smash Puny Comics when I go into a store, if the variant, what did I say? If the variant, the eye catch it. Well, I don't even remember what the hell I said, but it was like, if the eye catches the variant, or if your eye catches the cover on the wall, then that book will probably entice you. And once you look inside, you may get on one of those literary rides. You want to keep on going and collect that run, because it could be a whole lot of fun. So never miss out, and always sub to the core, and we're always going to give you a shout. Chad, how's the old chat going? Have they gave any of their, tips on what influences them to get comic books in their collection?
Kyle Walker is looking for a X-Men number 4. But
that's a filibuster, Drew, wasn't it?
Yes, sir, it was.
That's what but the point is, there are avenues that you guys can get really good books at a lot less price, because all we're doing is everybody's going to eBay, everybody's doing these mystery boxes, auctions and whatnot, and it's just driving the prices up. There's enough people that are digging through boxes that we can find a lot less expensive books.
Digital
Carson
too, Tad. Remember the digital, like
if you
prices.
for
if you
reading,
just want to read, if you just want to read your stories,
but if you want to find a cheap book, for example, this week, today was the first day of Festivus at my comic book shop, and they're doing a Festivus sale every day, and from January 1st, the comic book shops around here do temperature sales, right? And
I know, like Luke Gallows actually played a character named Festus back before he became the kick-ass New Japan Pro Wrestler Bullet Club guy.
Not yet. Not yet.
Okay.
Tell me more about Festivus, though.
No, but they do these temperature sales. So the temperature sale is like every now and then we'll have an odd February day, and the temperature might be 70 degrees. So all back issues are 70% off. Or
awesome, dude.
Like
75% off?
Well, no, it depends on the temperature. Like last year we had a day in February that the temperature, it went from like 30 degrees to 73. and it was literally everything in the store was 73% off.
That's a fucking awesome gimmick.
That's
dude.
cool.
And they do that all the time because like there's a slow period because in comics from now, like next week DC is putting out everything they can.
Mhm.
And they just want to get everything out before the new year. And all these people, and then the week between Christmas and New Year's,
Marvel might do the same thing. Drew.
That's
Marvel
expensive.
might do it.
I'm not worried about what Marvel's doing Legend, but next week I have to read Doomsday Clock.
no, exactly, you're right.
I said I'd do it, and now I fucking have to do it, and I'm a little
Yeah,
pissed
you
off about
do. You have to do it.
But I mean,
it. Oh, God.
but like from now up until it's usually like a slow time in comics for the LCSs from now until Free Comic Book Day, because Free Comic Book Day usually kind of starts the summer crossover events, the big name, and then we're leading into San Diego, and then San Diego's when all the announcements come, and it's succulent, right? Oh my god,
Succubus.
Cyclical.
cyclical. I was thinking,
Cyclical.
but anyway, but that's the point that that's what we're at, and if we as a community can come together and actually help each other out, get like books at a really reasonable price, we're not going to see that speculation crash that we had in the 90s,
In the 90s,
which
that's true.
which all the LCSs are afraid is going to happen because all these people are driving these ridiculous books up when like Mega Red, the first appearance of Mega Red, Carson found 4 of them at where does he always go? That half price books
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, he does. He's
for,
got some
for
good-
$1.
Yep.
Mhm.
I got a copy that's easily in 9496
Mhm.
without pressing. I got it for 10 cents.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
that's one of the series Chad is rereading actually too, because he wants that nostalgic feel that Jim Lee gave him from the 90s. And another great thing about that character that we all know, we don't have to watch Simple Man or Bolo. No, Bolo, simple rhyme for another time. But Russia, man, we always got some shit going on with Russia in real life. So, man, why don't they put Omega Red?
He might
in a
be in the
comic?
Black Widow.
I
He's
swear to
the
God,
first X-Men universe character, and he's in the Black Widow, and everybody's gonna go nuts, and all those books are gonna go through.
like how about the
Yep.
first appearance of Taskmaster? I sold it on your auction for $4. For $4, I found it for 50 cents.
That's a big return, my friend.
Dude, we're going Arn Anderson.
And now they're going to be doing more. But anyway,
Let me. I have one other thing to add on to that
Yeah.
because what was cool was I was reading from our good friend Rob Pochak, aka Potsy, the creator of Junior High Horror. He brought up a great, thing how a lot of people get offended, right? Of stuff they read online. And one of his friends went to a party and said he really liked a certain comedian that was a little over the top. Not like a George Carlin or Rodney Dangerfield. Of course, those two comedians would offend a lot of people in today's time and in today's era. And the article was a lot of the young people today get offended by so many things. And that's the thing. If a lot of the young people today, they don't have a lot of the social skills that we had in the 80s and 90s growing up, where when you're at the supermarket, when you're at the fast food joint, make eye contact with the people you talk to. They're not going to jump their counter. They're not going to bite you, but make that eye contact. Be respectful to the fellow human being. But a lot of times, the longer we hold these in our hand, what we're going to be doing is we're losing all of that social interaction we have with humanity. And if you would just look at your shop owner, talk to your shop owner, haggle with them, talk to them about your love for comic books and tell them what you like, they're going to give you some sweet deals. Because I was talking to Chad, our good friend John Engel from New Dimension, 6 stores in Pittsburgh, by the way. He knows the kind of collectors that come in that are buying like 20 copies of Ninja Turtles 100 or whatever the hot book may be, because those are the collectors that are watching the mega channels talk about the top 10s and all that. But if you get to know your comic book, your LCS, the owner of the LCS, the people that work their ass off every day to please you in every single way through your comic collection adventure, they're going to give you some great deals. So never be afraid to haggle. Never be afraid to talk to them. I know a lot of us, like I said, we're so used to talking this way on text, but really go out of your way to meet someone, because that person can change your day. Way and day, another rhyme, but again, I know, Chad, I'm killing it.
You are. I mean, it's amazing.
I already
Great.
knew what he was going to say 5 seconds before he even said it. But Chad, that was a great topic tonight. What do you got for us, man?
I think I'm going to turn it over to a good night, Robert Galvin.
G-Spot,
Thank
man.
you.
Good to
I
see you,
love
my
this
friend.
guy. That's why I do it. That's why I do what I do, because I don't show a lot of comics. I game when I can, but when the people are here, they come for that Legends truth, man.
Bottom left dude. Think
Can and man, another rhyme for
I don't
Drew.
know.
Man,
Well-
you baby.
All right. There's a bunch of people in the chat. I'm going to hand it over to the filibuster himself and make it happen.
Oh,
Hialeah Comic Bro in the house.
we got 25 watching right now. I got this Marvel Legends. Oh, shit. I hit the mic. Marvel Legends 14.5-inch Hulk to give away. I've got so many entries for this damn thing. Let's get this list going here. We're going to add this to the stream
I
here.
can't wait for this. I've been waiting for this for like weeks.
Look,
Who's
it's
gonna win?
Jesus. Shit. Look, this list is just freaking
Can we make that on the big screen?
endless. We can.
We got to remove us and we won't be able to talk.
Oh yeah, that's all right.
So
We'll let you know.
here's what I want to do,
Put it on
guys.
full screen. Put your video on full screen, people.
I want somebody to give me a number between 1 and 10, and we will randomize the list that many times.
How about this lovely lady?
All right. Between 1 and 10. Well,
Yes.
my favorite number is 5. So I'm gonna go with 5 on this.
We're
one.
going to randomize this list 5 times. I'm going to let you guys know real quick a couple of outliers in this contest. Lots of entries. Everybody who got or Dragon Heart box to go towards Moira's healthcare got 10 entries into this contest. Okay. Beyond that, regular entries. Let's just say there was a 3-way tie at 37 entries, and that was Greg McLaughlin, the fantastic Gray Matter Hulk, and Charles McLaughlin. All three got 37 entries. Lots of people with 1 entry here and there, a couple people with a few dozen. So let's go ahead and we're going to randomize this list 5 times and show you who is going to take home the Hulk.
5 times.
Randomized.
5 times. 5 times.
5
Was
times.
randomized. There were 454 entries, guys.
Wow.
That is
Wowzer.
amazing.
I gotta scroll all the way to the bottom. Here we go.
It would have been
Huge
about
time.
100, it would have been about 100 more if it was a Ben Grimm figure.
Probably.
5
Huge
times.
time.
people. All right, what are we on now?
This is third. So let's 4 time.
Okay, 4 time right here, 4 time.
So 4 time. 4
There's
time,
a, I
everyone.
see a Joe.
And Joey Bag of Sevens did not win yet.
Yeah, I saw
Only
him.
the 4th time.
All right. One more time,
Is
everyone.
this it? Is
Hold
this
on.
it, Drew?
Hold
This
on.
is it
Hold on. Legend.
for the
legend,
whole
legend. We need to
shebang.
do a drum roll.
We got
Drum
a
roll.
I feel like my kid raging out on a computer desk when he loses at Roblox.
Hit it.
Bam! Look at that.
Are you serious?
Okay.
The disco boy won it?
Yo, you guys know that this Hulk is going to be sitting in a box behind that motherfucker for at least a month before.
If you telling me one, he'll look for it.
Hardest working YouTuber that I know.
Damn!
What's happened today on Discovery Bay? His pop-up shop, the late night disco with Disco Inferno, Jose Badillo on the DBC. His name is JB. Yeah, you know
Remember,
him and you know me.
He's 30% ready.
Damn, I can't believe he actually won, Drew.
Man, dude, all those spots.
How many entries did he have?
He had, I believe,
1 or 4.
11 because he had 1, and then he had the 10 from buying a Moira box.
Nice, dude. Well, congratulations. I mean, I know we can't complain with that.
Discovery Bay.
The whole community can't complain with that because, community, he does so much for us on his channel and on this channel. Mondays, Modern Men, one of the hottest shows on Monday nights, where they all do a little book review and book club over some of the books from the 80s to today with Comic Man Andy, Carson, Seawood 19. Sorry, I did the kayfabe again. And Discovery Bay. And then, Chad, what were you saying earlier about Discovery Bay? Is he going to be the next Richard Dawson? Is he going to be kissing each and every one of the contestants as they play a family feud?
Right on the mouth.
Well, look at this sexy guy.
Time. Hawk smash!
Look at Carson. He's had too much gamma rays, man. Let's put Drew on the big screen and see this awesome figure. Look at that, Drew.
Man, look at that right there. 14 and a half inches of pure green goodness. You can bludgeon somebody to death with this thing. It's going to cost an arm and a leg to ship this motherfucker. God damn.
Oh,
It's
man.
going to Discovery Bay, California, and our good friend JB. Thank you all for participating. Thank you all for subbing up the Comic Core. Thank everybody who joined my Twitter campaign as well. We had a lot of fun doing this, and it took me forever to get all these names put together today. So next time we'll probably do something different.
Different is our name, and here's what we're going to do different, and we're going to announce it right now. Starting next week. Wait, let me put him back in there. Starting next week, we are going to be having a game show. I will let you guys in the chat.
Because show and no rhyme. You gotta go with it.
I'm going to let the chat decide a name for it, but here's the concept. It is a Family Feud Jeopardy style contest. So it's going to be two teams of two. You and a partner will be asked a series of questions. Could be first appearance, storyline related, and it is going to be a round robin tournament. And we're trying to get as many teams possible in this tournament for the ultimate prize. The ultimate prize is going to be a build-up. So each time we do a show, we're going to be adding something to the grand prize. There also will be a trophy that will be made, and you and your teammate will be the ultimate comics. I don't even know. Ultimate comic
Trivia.
Comic Core Warrior.
Yeah.
Our Ultimate Comic Core Trivia Tag Team Champion. Now, this is going to be the Tornado Tag rules 2-on-2, right?
2-on-2. And Discovery Bay will be our host with
The most.
We will be helping out as well because there's going to be so many shows. We're also going to have JD, who's going to be the Ed McMahon of it. He'll probably get dressed up. God knows he'll probably get dressed up. He loves to dress up.
And put a lot of powder on his nose.
Yeah, he loves the powder on his nose.
Yeah.
What?
I don't even have that GIF anymore.
He probably deleted it.
He had to. I was looking. I was like, oh man, maybe I should. God dang it! He took it out of here. Son of a bitch. But anyway,
So much great stuff's going on. And also this Sunday, Edwin is bringing the second annual Hero Initiative comic book charity auction to you over on his channel, which is youtube.com/Strictly Comics. And that's with an X and no space between the Y and the C, because you got to see this man to believe it. He is the host every Sunday night. You know the man from his affordable auctions. You've seen him on JLS Comic Conversations. You know he has the Strictly Comics comic book cleaning and pressing service as well. One of Houston, Texas' finest. You know, he'll do one free press with 5 books or more, 2 free pressed with 10 books or more, or, you know, you could choose his free priority shipping auction. And also he'll submit the books himself to CGC or CBCS, and you can follow him on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. But this is one of the cool things that he is so passionate about. I know this crew here, Chad, Drew, Cat Wren, Mark, and Seawood 19. They are so passionate about the Hero Initiative. So if you have any items you want to donate for that auction, I know Take the Time's Collectibles, Brian B's donated some stuff, Strictly's donated some stuff, Comic Core is going to be donating some stuff too, because all 100% proceeds are going to benefit those old school comic book creators in need. They need our help. They need your help. All those auctions are going to be starting at 99 cents. And it's just a glorious thing when you can give back to these guys that gave you so many cool characters and storylines back when you all were growing up. So make sure y'all take advantage. And that's going to be 6 Central, 7 Eastern over there on youtube.com/Strictly Comics. So make sure y'all give Edwin a shout and support the Hero Initiative, because that is what it's all about.
That Hero Initiative, that's a really, really important deal for all these creators that got the short end of the stick on royalties and all kinds of things of that nature. These guys didn't have 401ks. These guys didn't have retirement plans. Some of them are having trouble making ends meet in their older age, and they need some care. And every single person that we talked to when we were in Baltimore about the Heroes Initiative had nothing but fantastic things to say about this charitable organization. And we couldn't have picked a better charitable organization to support than the Heroes Initiative.
And in Baltimore, Drew, you interviewed one or two. Here's another rhyme. Sorry. I'm sorry about that. Do you remember we got to interview Cullen Bunn? Now, he's a little young, but if you want to talk about one of the best in the
had
land,
some fun.
there he is.
Ah,
Now, if you want to talk about one of my favorite interviews that I got to watch, was when Carson and Kat Wren got to interview the man, Marv Wolfman.
Do I look okay?
Nope.
No, that's what he said. He walked
yes,
over.
he did.
He was like, "Do I
He was
look
such a
okay?"
A Nightwing shirt, right, Chad?
Yeah.
He had a Nightwing hoodie that was zipped up to show the emblem. He was the sweetest man. Oh my God.
I'm so glad he didn't have a heart attack, because Chad was walking this sweet man to the booth, and he was worried. He said he doesn't do interviews, and Chad assured him, we're not going to ask you any of those clickbait questions or anything weird. But damn, I tell you, when he saw the spawn of Hellboy at the booth, Hellgirl down there in the bottom right corner, I'm glad he just didn't stroke out.
All right.
All right, Carson, let's go check in that chat. Where's Carson when you need him?
Carson,
Okay.
let's get to the chat, shall we?
Okay, so 1-2 Comic Talk says quality Comic Core question game show. I kind of dig it.
I love that, dude. That's a great one, man.
QCCQ. Bob could be all over that, making us
QCCQ.
Sounds
Sounds like
season Qs.
Chris Barrett.
sounds like some disease.
Chris Barrett says Defenders versus Justice Society.
Justice Society.
Dawson versus Harvey.
Defenders.
Adams versus Munsters.
Dawson
and
versus Harvey. That was a Richard Dawson, Steve Harvey, kind of like two hosts of the Family Feud. I got that.
all right.
I like Louis.
Are we good with QCCQ?
He was actually pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, quality.
I
Comic-
liked him in Coming to America. He was frying them French fries.
Quality comic.
quality Comic Core questions.
You got two things, Kat. You got quality comics,
Quickly.
little Plastic Man love, and you got questions like Big Sage. And
We're gonna call it quack for sure.
I like it. So, yeah, and
Join us this weekend on Quack.
And also, if you don't make videos and you watch us and you're in the community, this is a perfect opportunity to maybe kick down that wall and do a video. You don't have to be on camera. We could
Punch that wall in the
but
face. And come on out. Say hi.
Pull one of those gimmicks.
you can do your best Shemp Howard picture. You don't have to show your face. You can just show a kick-ass avatar like the greatest stooge
You
of
can
all
be Chad's
time.
avatar.
Hey.
Yeah, so I mean, you guys could gives you the opportunity.
Weird.
Q2.
And
wait, hold on.
Look, Can I say something real quick?
Look at
Chad?
this.
Yes.
Q2C2.
I like that
Dude,
one.
paying
All right,
homage to the
sure.
Chicago way, right, Carson? The Chicago
Thank
way.
you,
And that old R2D2
Chris
bucket.
Barrett.
And
Chris
R2.
Barrett,
All right.
Red
So
Deer, holding it down.
starting
I-
next week, we're going to have the show. We'll make the announcement on what day. There's also another possible announcement with something regarding the Heroes Initiative starting next week, too.
That's true.
Can I say something real quick, guys? I just want to say
Damn,
something
true.
real quick.
Yeah.
Yes, you can.
Baron Corbin's the best
Look.
wrestler of all time.
No, that's some bullshit. You take that filibuster nonsense down the street.
I'm out, baby.
Somebody mute him. Look, if you are sitting there behind your computer right now and you're watching this show and you're talking comics with us in the chat and you haven't turned that camera on yourself yet and said something to the world, what in the world is stopping you? What in the world is stopping you? Absolutely nothing. That's what it is. It's super easy. Turn your camera on, look into it, say something inflammatory like Tom King rules or Tom King sucks. And people will be like, I don't know, man. Maybe I agree with you. Maybe I don't. And guess what? You'll have new friends. You'll have new friends and new people to talk about this dumb shit with. I love these guys because we talk nonsense all week long. Join the club, man. Turn on your cameras, start talking comics. Let's get this going.
I think the game show would be hilarious because you might get the Mega Powers on one hand, and then you might get White
Whale and John. Got to put them
and-
together.
Yeah, White Whale and John, or you might get
Team Wednesday show.
It could be anybody. I mean, Chris Barrett and Mr. Gretzky 9966.
Dude, if I was with Chris Barrett, I would just lay in the middle of the ring like Jeff Jarrett. Damn, sorry. I had to go with that one. I know.
But anyway, what? Whoa!
All right,
Why'd you do that?
No,
Did you-
no.
Dude, that was
Yeah.
wrong, man.
That Jeff Jarrett rhyme was too bad. I'm
We
That
sorry.
was just too horrible. Oh my god! There he
Ah,
goes.
stings in the rafters, everyone.
One of my
What's he doing
favorite
up there?
wrestlers.
What's he doing
All
up
right.
in those rafters?
Sting us in the rafters. You know what to do. Give us a like.
Sub us up.
Yeah.
Well, if you're
Hit
watching
that
it.
go to Taco Bell icon.
You know what? Hit that gorgeous bell icon to get notified anytime we go live, anytime we upload. We do reviews from the gorgeous Drew Manchu right up top. We have everyone on here on the panel going live on random days, almost every single day of the week, sometimes on the weekend. We shall see. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. Who really knows? It's fun. This is Friday. We are off the rails. My name is Catherine Figures. I cut off my old man, Comic Core Chad, and here is some Carson gorgeous shit. Yeah. Smash that like button, everyone.
Hawks.
Yeah.